big old redemption ride for today. If you missed it, yesterday I threw on some Ritchey supplied touch point parts onto the rock hopper. That's a stem, handlebar, seat post. And at the end of that video, I was like, let's go for a ride. And while Norton and I were out here, I turned my camera on only to learn there was no SD card in it. So much ice. Okay. So today, coming back to where I was riding so that I can try and do some of the stuff I was trying to do, I'm just kind of excited to have a little more time to see how this thing really handles with a shorter stem, different bar. I mean, the seat post's probably not gonna make a difference. I kind of want to wall ride this, but there's like nowhere to go. This sort of seems like a seat down kind of thing. I hope I didn't ruin the graphics already. Pretty scary. I really hope that looked cool. I can't help but want to check it just to see if it was. That's pretty good for an old 26-inch drop bar mountain bike. Which kind of brings me to what I want the subject of this video to be. Does an old, like, retro mountain bike with drop bars on it make a decent gravel bike? Is it any good? I mean, the clip might have been worth it, but please don't be scratched. Success! I think the answer to that, annoyingly enough, needs to be, it depends. Plain and simple, if you're looking for the absolute cutting edge of technology, the best in the way of gravel bikes, no. A retro converted drop bar 26-inch mountain bike is not the right gravel bike. As a matter of fact, it's an abomination of a gravel bike if you're looking for sheer performance. You need to bark up a different tree. The squirrel's already gone from this one. I mean, I've said on this channel a couple times while riding this thing is unapologetically slow. It is a slog to get anywhere on it. But I don't want that to take away from its capabilities and its ability to be a gravel bike. And for that matter, a good gravel bike. It's just not a fast gravel bike. Now, I think if your criteria falls more along the lines of like, you want something cool, different, comfy, relatively carefree, something that you don't need to like feel like you have to get all dressed up to go do like an epic ride on. You can just jump on it with flat pedals and Vans. Well then yeah, 26-inch mountain bike converted to a gravel bike. Actually, a 26-inch mountain bike might be the perfect choice. Just like keep in mind, it'll be not fast. They do typically have this very added benefit of zero issues in the tire clearance department. 26.2.1s with like room to put even bigger on here. There's so many things over here that I just want to ride down and get video of, but I need to go to that rock that I was going up and down with Norton yesterday. I'm gonna try to get up, like up this, and then come back down. Not to mention, just look at it. Ugh. When it comes down to it, you just kind of have to figure out your priorities. Like if you're gonna take on a conversion or you want to take on an older bike, you're seriously gonna have to be okay with the fact that some stuff's not gonna work. There's gonna be some tinkering, and you gotta be okay with like working on it until you get it to the point that you're happy with. Because honestly, that's part of it. That's part of what makes it like a good gravel bike. And it took a little while for me, like up until yesterday, to really kind of hone in and figure out exactly how I wanted it to fit and ride. Obviously, I'm somewhat privileged because I'm a YouTuber and brands will help out with builds like this, like Ritchey did with this stem, bar, and seat posts. Okay, I kind of just want to like bounce around on these rocks around this corner. Did that look cool? I hope that looked cool. I'm doing it again. It feels good. I don't know if it looks good, but it feels good. I think there was an added benefit of the shorter stem and like the back swept bars, because it certainly feels like the steering is like a little quicker, but because this thing has such a long wheelbase and such big tires, it just like holds its line so good through there. It's still not snappy, quick, or like all those buzzwords, but it tells you, it'll hold its own. You can bounce around on gravel all day on one of these. You'll be happy. My confidence in the fit and like the way that the Rockhopper is handling right now has unfortunately become a bit of a slow cooker recipe for bad decisions, and I find myself up here looking at possible different rock lines like this is a bad idea. I should not ride this. Yet here I am considering it to try and get down to what I just rode, and like kind of eyeing that up too. It'll be a tight turn right here, but we'll get it. Huh? I should leave this spot before I do something stupid. I don't know if I should go down this, but I feel like it's not clear how steep this is. Can you at least kind of tell? Does it look? I'm gonna go down it again. That's a party. That's party pace. That's what. How is it that I fall down just walking? Hands down, best day at work this year. I love when this thing is dirty. Not scratched, that's a win. Looks good, looks good. Bit of product placement for the companies that support the channel. Alright. Oh, my head's real sweaty. So in conclusion, the final paragraph of this high school essay: does a retro, does a 90s mountain bike make a good gravel bike? Simply put, yes, it will ride on gravel. They've obviously got small, noodly steel tubes that'll just kind of like absorb everything that's coming up through the rocks and gravel that you're riding, along with just gobs and gobs of tire space. This thing could easily have a 2.35 on it. Those are the types of things that you find on like progressive monster cross gravel bikes. You know, the Redwood is a good example, but that's where like the caveat comes in, that it's like a 26-inch retro mountain bike is a good gravel bike for, as you know, Russ and I think a lot of other people in the world are starting to put it, party pace. What we were doing today, just tooling around comfortably over some rough roads, not trying to like smash PRs or having Strava on, trying to impress anybody with our mighty watts. That is not where your retro 26-inch bike is going to shine. You could build something like this, find yourself exploring off-road comfortably, maybe try some silly things like we did today that I love doing, and know that you're not going to come across someone else who has the same thing that you do. I think that's easily why this is one of the favorites of the channel. And yes, it makes for a pretty good gravel bike, but overall it's just a good bike to ride in general. So don't pigeonhole it into that gravel territory, please and thanks. Okay, I think I'm gonna make a video kind of like I did for the Poseidon X that like breaks down like everything that this has in the next week or so. But if you are interested, I made like a page that has all the parts at least most of the parts that I used to construct this thing, linked down below. It's like an Amazon page, so if you wanted to buy the parts that this thing has or get an idea of what it has, it's all broken down there, and there's other links for other builds as well. I hope it helps if you buy anything through those. There's like kickback to the channel. That's kind of cool. Also, if you're interested in supporting the channel, you could do that through like buying stickers at spindat.com. There's hats and shirts as well, or Patreon, like monthly contributions to Patreon help the channel immensely. What else? Oh, the patches will be live soon.